your first harvest?
This is my first harvest.
Are you sure the spinach is done growing?
It stopped growing. They say about 45, 55 days. It's been a month.
Do you pull it out entirely?
I guess we just pull it out.
It doesn't like grow again like this. We have to replant it.
I mean, normally spinach, you can pull the outer leaves off. It'll continue to grow from the inside. Look, there's more growing inside, so they're continuing to grow.
Okay, have you tasted it?
Yeah, I tried it. See, you can try one.
Delicious.
So do you want to know why I decided to plant?
Yeah,
on my terrace?
Yes, I do want to know why.
Ever since we started the site, I've been really thinking a lot more about food miles.
Food miles?
You know food miles?
No.
It's the miles that it takes for your food to travel from farm to plate.
Oh.
Or from pitchfork to
sense.
regular fork.
Right. From pitchfork to regular fork. Okay.
It's on average about 1,000 miles.
1,000 miles?
Yeah. Think about what you're buying. Have you ever looked at the packages? The apples, are you getting them from South America? Are they coming from... And you can look at that in the supermarket.
Even the
and
organic
decide,
local stuff?
Actually, organics are often grown. There's a lot of organics that are grown, for example, in Mexico and to the U.S. or...
After working on this site, you're concerned with food miles.
So I'm thinking, so what you eat, there's actually a petroleum cost in everything you eat.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Oh,
and so when you throw it away, so when you look in your garbage and you're like, oof, I just threw away the rest of my spaghetti dinner. Or the rest of my salad.
Is that your
eat.
polite way of saying that I have to finish my plate? I'm awful at doing that. Now that I've got food miles on my head.
Honestly,
it was already enough that I was going to think about the starving children.
No, it's beyond that now. It's beyond that.
Oh gosh.
So,
at this rate, I'm going to lose a lot of weight.
Yeah.
You're like, oh no, I can't eat it. I'm not really eating. I'm conserving food miles.
there are a bunch of diets, like there's the 100-mile diet, where people are just eating within 100 miles.
No,
things that
are
are
you
grown
kidding?
within 100 miles of their home. It was started by a Canadian couple, and now a lot of people are doing it. People are trying it everywhere. They'll try to do the 100-mile diet for a month, like the month of August, when there's a lot of
How do you
things.
know? How do you know what is grown? What is
Grown locally?
Yeah.
You can go shopping at farmers markets. It's a really easy way to do it. There are certain stores that will have certain areas that will say these are the local products or local farmers.
Right.
and
So
they-
you just want to make sure it's local.
There's restaurants actually that are just sourced within 100 miles or sourced within 60 miles or sourced within. There's a restaurant in London that's a tube mile diet.
So they have
So-
3 things on their menu. So gosh, food miles. That's like a new thing. I want to be like, what's the food mileage on that?
The only issue is there's actually some controversy because, for instance, the New Zealand lamb lobby,
Oh, I'm sure they're not
said,
happy.
whoa, actually, to raise lamb in England, there's a bigger carbon footprint than producing it
Right.
in New
So
Zealand.
it's not a
even
perfect
with
science.
It's not a perfect science. So what they're now trying to do is to carbon footprint products. And you don't look just calorie count, you carbon count or carbon emissions count your food. So you can see the carbon footprint of a smoothie. It's a smoothie company, a bag of chips they have so far. That's another way to diet.
SuChin looks great. She's on the carbon emission diet.
You probably won't eat as much meat, I'll tell you that. Oof, meat's a bad one.
Meat is?
Because
Into
think about
piece
it,
of meat.
all the water that went into growing
Yeah.
the grass that the cow ate. I think you can't be so extreme that you stop eating or that you stop eating certain things. I mean, am I still eating chocolate, which only comes from a small perimeter around the equator?
She's still eating chocolate. It's a great dinner conversation. Are you really going to eat that? That carbon emission on that filet mignon. I'm not saying, I don't mean to ruin the appetite, but I can't really sit here and watch you eat all that gas.
You can't be too crazy and too extreme, or people are going to think you're crazy and extreme and not listen to you, right? That's one of
Right.
the things I worry about. Yeah.
You have to
I call it my dirty
slow-
hippie ghetto. Nice thing.
Look, 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 look.
Oh, let's see.
Bon
look at that
appetito.
salad. Just need to rinse
This is
it a little bit.
great.
It's going to be good.
It's delicious.
It's going to be good.
Okay.
And it's
This
really
is-
cheap, too. I think that was about 30 cents worth of seeds. I still have more seeds left for our next round. So.
Okay, so how do you do this?
So, I mean, normally you could take some little tool. I just use my hands. Does it smell good?
It just smells great. It does. It smells the
good.
opposite of your compost. Is what it smells like.
Just scatter them
Okay.
and then just cover them a little bit. Basically, the birds don't eat them, I think. I mean, yeah.
Scatter like this?
Yeah.
In a line? Like
Just
that?
scatter all. You can just
More?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that?
scattery.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. You don't have to have so many.
No.
It's good. It's good. And then we'll cover.
Sort of my first spinach.
we'll do
We're
it
not
all
even
the
quite,
sides.
quite sure if it is spinach, but we'll just say it is for the sake of argument.
It's pretty wet earth. You could probably put a little water on it, but
It feels good.
All right. Good job. Does it feel good to get your
Yay.
hands dirty?
Look at it. Look at us. We're so proud of our 2 feet of earth. Farmers! Let me bring in the harvest. Delicious.